What's up, guys? My name is Joshua, and I am going to be running you through my Interactive Brokers layout setup. For those of you who are not familiar with Interactive Brokers, they provide retail investors with probably the greatest diverse access to essentially every sort of investment vehicle there is. They're by far the best. They're by far the cheapest as well. I've been trading for quite some time. I've had accounts at literally all the discount brokers. Interactive Brokers is the best. The access is phenomenal. The commissions are great. It's either a fixed tier setup it's either a fixed setup or a tiered setup based on how much volume you do. I only trade probably 60,000 shares a month. That's down significantly from the couple million that I used to do. But I haven't really hit the next tier to kind of get a price bump, I guess you could say, in terms of commission. I believe I'm paying anyway, I think like 55, 60 mils, something like that. Not great, but I'm not doing a lot of size, so I tend to keep my commissions down. But it's a very versatile program. There really isn't much it can't do. If you can kind of get a feel, these are my charts. These are my positions pages, my watch lists, other watch lists, my options. Just my kind of numbers page pane. This is where it kind of runs me through all the numbers, and my time in sales as well. I think time in sales is something that's very, very underrated. It helps a lot, in my opinion, with identifying certain trading algorithms or computer programs that are either running a buy program or a sell program. You can kind of get a visual idea of where a stock's going to go. And then an HFT will fuck you, of course, but that's besides the point. So let's run through some of these watch lists pane. So as you can see, I like to sort by the change, month-to-date change, volume. What is this right here? Trades, and then options volume. One thing that stood out to me today is this big gap up that we had in the SPYs from that hang in doji we encountered yesterday. Was basically 1.25 million options contracts have traded, and it's not even 11 o'clock yet. That's definitely a big number. I don't keep track of the day-to-day changes, but I can tell you for a fact that 1.25 options contracts traded is a lot. So right now they've actually traded 20 million shares in volume. That 20 million is broken down into 66,000 trades. That, I can tell you, is surprisingly low. So it's weird. It's an interesting dynamic that we have a very big increase in options volume, but not an incredible uptick in the size or amount or the size of individual trades. So I would expect this to be anywhere well above 100 to 150,000 individual trades. So it definitely says something that investors are, piling into the options market rather than the equity market. So a lot of the algos that should be running, I guess, aren't. That's yet to be determined. I guess we'll see how things turn out at the close, where things can definitely pick up. But from there, I've been keeping an eye on the SPYs. We're in such an interesting market right now. I like to keep an eye on the SPYs as well as bank. I've got just a small one contract position here. I'm sitting on that for a little longer. But everything's good. This is Interactive Brokers. The functionality is great. They give you all these options right here to kind of play with it. On top of just my normal setup, I like to have a scanner for market highs and market moves higher and market moves lower. I like to kind of follow stocks that trade more than 1 million shares and are up significantly for the day. So the top pane is my uppers. This part is my downers. I like to keep an eye on that. A lot of what I used to do was a short sale restricted strategy. Maybe I'll make a new video on that entirely of its own. But that's something that I like to really focus on. This kind of gives you a great idea, too, as to how volatile or how active a market is. If you see some of these big names, it's all kind of gold stocks, retail stocks. I'm sorry, that's not retail. It's Nord Anglia Education. I was thinking of Nordstrom's. But yeah, it's your typical. You see the technology stocks, the pharmaceutical stocks, all up or down tremendously. But a lot of the inverse gold, a lot of the daily junior bulls, the gold, the 3 times inverses, and all those crazy ETFs are all over the place. TVIX is one of them as well. But from there, I will go ahead and wrap this video up. I kind of just wanted to give you a feel for how Interactive Brokers allows you to kind of navigate the markets. It's very versatile, very functional, very cheap. And if you're someone who is a little bit more experienced than the average retail investor and you're looking for a company that will allow you to trade multiple asset classes, I think Interactive Brokers is by far your best choice. They maintain, I believe it's a $10,000 account minimum. But from there, they give you the regular day trading margin, which I believe is 4-1. Obviously, you have to have more than 25,000 to categorize yourself as not a pattern day trader. That's a level that I'm, you can see, kind of just bouncing around myself. So trying to get my account a little bit higher so I have a little bit more cushion. But I am going to be detailing my journey. Basically, I've built this account from around $12,000, $13,000, which is some money that I made on my own, and initially invested into some pot stocks, got lucky with those, made a bunch of money, didn't make much money, lost a bunch of money, and now we're here. So I've taken a much more strategic, I guess you could say rule-oriented way of investing and trading, so I will keep you updated along the way. Thanks for watching. Tune in next time. Adios.